Welcome to Contradicting the Cosmos, the show where I refute the YouTube atheist, the Cosmic Skeptic. In today's episode, Mr. Cosmic refutes himself by trying to refute free will, which of course amounts to the same as saying that by his own admission, the arguments he's about to give are not rational. Because according to him, he did not choose to make these arguments. But let's go ahead and begin.
Free will is the ability to have acted differently. And what I mean by this is that if we were to wind back the clock in any situation, it was completely within the realm of possibility for you to have acted differently to the way that you actually did. For instance, it would have been completely possible for me to have said bonjour at the beginning of this video instead of good morning, and the choice to say the latter was completely within my control. The idea is that you are in control of your actions, and any decisions that you make are determined only by your own conscious self. But the thing is, there are so many things wrong with this that it's difficult to know where to start. I'll borrow a line of thought from Dr. Harris here. Let's begin by considering what would have to be true in order for us to truly have total free will, to be able to have acted differently. Well, firstly, we would need to be aware of everything that is influencing our actions, including environmental factors, our precise mood, the influence of other people, the influence of past experiences, and more. Secondly, we would need to be in complete control of every one of them. Neither of these are true or even possible.
The ability to do differently is a terrible definition of free will, because it sort of begs the question, because you could never prove that you could have done differently. The only way to prove that you could have done differently is to prove that you have free will. But if you define free will as the ability to do differently, then you're just going in circles. Free will is just simply the ability to make your own choices when a choice is presented to you. Or to put it another way, if one or more options are presented to you that you can choose between, if you are the one doing the choosing, you have free will. If those options are taken out, you do not lose free will, because that is not a measurement of free will. In the same way, you can't test a person's knowledge of how to write if you don't give them something to write with. But I digress. The things that influence your choice are not relevant to whether or not you can make the choice.
Now, you might concede this, but not think it a problem. Okay, you say, so I can't control all of the factors that led me to like the taste of ice cream, but on a more mundane level, I'm still in complete control over whether I choose chocolate or vanilla. Not so fast. Again, consider this most simple of choices, chocolate or vanilla. Or, if it's easier, consider the last mundane choice that you had to make. Walk or drive this morning, go out or stay in tonight. Think about why you chose one or would choose one over the other. So what would make me choose vanilla over chocolate? Well, there is only one possible answer, which I'll elaborate on shortly. I would need to want it more than chocolate. In order to choose vanilla, I'd need to want vanilla. But is this something I can control? Can I control what it is that I want? Not a chance. Consider the fact that you, presumably, don't want to punch your mother in the face. Can you choose to want to do that? This isn't the same thing as choosing to do it. Could you choose to want to? No, no more than I could choose to want vanilla over chocolate. I just want chocolate more than vanilla. That's just a fact about myself that I can't change. But okay, let's go further, you say. Of course, I can't choose to want vanilla over chocolate when I really want chocolate, but what if I just decided, in the full knowledge that I would prefer chocolate, to go for vanilla anyway, just for the sake of regaining my free will and nothing else? Well, I'm afraid you'd still face the same problem. The exact same problem, in fact. In order to do that, you'd need to want to regain your free will as you see it. Why is your desire to prove a point like this stronger than the desire to have the ice cream you prefer? It just is. And if it happened not to be, you'd have chosen the ice cream that you do prefer. The key takeaway is this: you cannot determine your wants. Think of something you want. Try to not want it. Think of something you don't want and try to want it. It's not possible. And even if it were, in order to change a don't want into a want, you'd need to want it. And vice versa, to change a want into a don't want, you'd need to want to not want it. You simply can't control what you want.
And this would be a prime example of how the best deceptions are hidden in the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not accusing Mr. Cosmic of being purposely deceptive, only that he himself is deceived. The truth portion of it, of course, is, yeah, you cannot change your wants. At least, not arbitrarily. But people's wants do change. And perhaps people could debate about whether or not people can change their own wants, but I do not think that has anything to do with free will. Let me ask you something. What is the difference between my choosing between two options or my wants choosing between two options? Because according to Mr. Cosmic, it's not me making my choices, but my wants. So what's the difference between me and my wants? I submit to you there is no difference. My wants are so entangled in who I am as a person that you cannot separate the two in order to say that my wants are influencing me. Me and my wants are the same. And it's a good thing, too, because without free will, you literally could not make rational decisions. If you are not reasoning between the different options, then by definition you are not being reasonable. So remember, no matter how good someone may argue against free will, they're being irrational to do it. They are kicking the stool out from under their feet.